Behind the Cape,
Yeah.
or maybe not.
No, go. We're good.
Yikes. So we've been talking about Scary Movie 6 because obviously we got the news that the Wayans brothers are behind it. And the one thing that we for sure needed was Anna Faris and Regina Hall behind it. There is rumors out there that they are negotiating for their roles in Scary Movie 6.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done. See, that's all I needed. That's literally all I wanted to hear was that they was on the thing. You know, they was on the phone. Hey, look, Anna, Regina, listen, this is what we gonna do. We got this set up for y'all. This is the salary. This is when we shooting. Let us know how we can work it out. That should be the only conversation. Should be the only conversation. How can we make this work with your current work schedule? When can you get in here? Anna Faris, I believe, last thing I seen Anna Faris on was Mom, which is a very underrated sitcom. One of them sitcoms that I can actually watch where it doesn't have to be the white picket fence nuclear family for the characters, so it kind of adds some realism to it, some real world. Sometimes sitcoms feel a little bit too gooberish, a little bit too bigger than what real life actually kicks out to you. Mom was one of them ones that it felt like a real person on the other side. But in any case, that shit was canceled years ago. Regina Hall's still doing pretty well. She's still getting steady work, and she's starting up her own thing. So I would think she would probably be more busy of the two. But still, man, you could make some time for Marlon and Sean. You know, make some time for them. Yeah, let's get it done.
It'll be a quick money grab, if nothing else.
I don't think it'd be a quick money grab. I think they will pay homage back to the audience that returns back to come and see this movie. And so if that marriage comes together the way I think it will, I think it'll exceed a lot of expectations in terms of box office.
So I didn't mean in connotation of like the negative, like, oh, it's a money grab. We're just going to get the money and run. But like, yeah, it's a quick bag. Let's say that. Okay. Speaking of casting, EUPHORIA supposedly has some confirmations as to who's going to be in their season 3.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. It's my first time hearing these. Hold up, brother. Let me make sure I give you my full attention. Go.
Okay, so Zendaya.
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney. Let's see. Hunter Schafer. I don't remember which one.
Those were obvious. Like if they weren't coming back, I feel like the show wouldn't be happening.
The show would, yeah. Maud Apatow, Jacob Elordi.
Who is Maud Apatow? Who is that?
Maud was Sydney's sister.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Okay, so far so good.
And then Nate. Okay. But then along that are some very strange names like Kadeem Hardison.
Kadeem, give me a
from a different world.
Okay.
Rosalia, which is I believe she is a Spanish singer. I don't know what kind of singing. I'm gonna be honest with you. But then former NFL running back Marshawn Lynch.
I don't have time for this.
Like why?
The last person Rue should be around is Beast Mode. Beast Mode shouldn't be nowhere near around Rue at any given point in time. For what? Why? Absolute madness.
Facts.
Put Lil B in there. But mine as well. Shit.
Lil B and Timothy Chalamet.
God damn. Come on down to Timothy Chalamet. Good credit, bad credit. We'll get you driving right away.
I saw a tweet that said, what if they just made Marshawn Lynch Fezco and then nobody acknowledged the change at all? That'd be hilarious.
Hey, she just show up and start calling this nigga Fez. First of all, they should do something. Obviously, we'll see some sort of homage paid to Fezco.
Sure.
But yeah, no, that would be nuts. That'd be
crazy.
This feels like we're leaning towards maybe a time jump. Obviously, we've heard the mom, Rue's mom, that actor, talk about a lack of communication from Warner Brothers and what's happening with season 3. So it sounds like she's on the outs.
I think she was confirmed out.
Yeah, so Storm Reed has already told us she's not returning. She grown as shit. She don't have time to be playing a high schooler.
Yep.
Which is why I imagine that Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are getting big time pay bumps to come back.
Not only are they out, but then Barbie Garcia, the big girl, is out.
What? The chick that was doing OnlyFans shit? Damn. Okay.
She's out. But Alexa Demi is in, I think, too. She plays Nate's girlfriend.
Nate's girl. Yeah, the Latina girl. Okay. So I mean, they got it. They got their core. They're gonna have to shift in terms of time and setting because there are just too many pieces gone for them to still be in high school. Rue hasn't out. Obviously, you can do something present time for her because she's obviously taking her ass somewhere that's not that house.
Right.
When she recovers. But everybody else, if you have Nate, like they didn't confirm the guy who plays his father coming back, right? I imagine he's gonna be in jail somewhere.
Actually, I feel like I've seen him. I think I've seen him in a confirmed picture, but maybe
about to do that man dirty behind bars. It's gonna be tragic.
I mean, he deserves it.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else that we're looking for or not looking for in Euphoria season 3?
Kadeem Hard. So maybe like a counselor, a doctor,
a teacher of some sort.
Teacher. Yeah. I mean, we just gonna have to wait and see. I can't really predict too much of where they're going with this, with so many characters not being involved. With this last season too. So that's another thing. It's like you got to reset everybody into this new Euphoria world that we in now, but then also you got to wrap it up too because it's the last season. So
an appearance from The Weeknd or an appearance from Drake?
God, I hope not. I have no reason why we.
The Weeknd because he was in the Idol with Homeboy, and then Drake. I guess
I think if Drake
he was some sort of producer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think if Drake still has any power on Euphoria, he's going to exert it to make sure that Homeboy doesn't end up anywhere around that production. And then Drake got some more stuff to figure out. We'll talk about Drake later, but he got things. He got issues. He got stuff to contemplate. Life thoughts to go through.
Yikes. All right. Vince Gilligan working on psychological sci-fi thriller on Apple TV, and he compared it to E.T.
Vince Gilligan, that is the creator of Breaking Bad. I'm excited for his next at bat. I like his work. Obviously hit that one, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Girl, the chick, the lawyer chick. I'm trying to think of her character name. She was Saul's girlfriend. If anybody watches Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, she was the lawyer. Right, they were together for a while until Saul's brother died. She's going to be heading up the series. Her name is Rhea Seehorn. There you go, Rhea Seehorn. Yep, she's pretty good. Okay. I don't really know what to make of it's like E.T., but then it's a psychological thriller. I didn't get psychological thriller from E.T., so I don't know where those things come together.
80s kids movie or early 90s
adventure saga, kind of a quest film to a certain degree. Definitely not psychological. Like what movie comes to mind when you think psychological thriller?
Psychological? I can't even put psychological in sci-fi. I don't watch sci-fi as much.
Psychological thriller. So like it's fucking with your mind. I was gonna say
thriller.
Think of Fight Club. Like Fight Club is a psychological thriller. Or like
that's a psychological thriller. Inception,
The Matrix, Inception, Shutter Island. Those are psychological thrillers. What the hell do E.T. got to do with any of that? What is E.T. got to mind tricks? Maybe in terms of impact. Maybe it was an impact thing.
It's not going to have the impact E.T. had, considering it's going to be on Apple TV. Could y'all see Marlon and Shawn Wayans or Regina King with some actors from Black Jesus doing a reboot of Boondocks? Bring back Boondocks.
Oof. I got some Boondocks talk for y'all. The old EP under Aaron Magruder was he was talking to DJ Head this week. He was dropping some gems about why maybe the show didn't continue. Thanks for bringing that up to Marcus Vaughn, so we can talk about it as well. But yeah, I would love to see any. Well, so first of all, obviously R.I.P. John Singleton. The first thing
John
we have
Witherspoon.
to do, John Witherspoon. Who did I say? John Singleton. Not John Singleton. John Witherspoon. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do with that character and whether or not we are upset, going to go ahead and hand it over to JD, or if we're gonna, look for somebody else to try to play Pops. I feel like JD's the best fit. I feel like for some reason the studio was turned off to that idea. So I don't know where that lands them. The idea of going with Jennifer Lewis instead was a little bit out of left field.
Crazy.
It was kind of crazy. But yeah, no, I would love to see something like that for sure. Absolutely.
That's his name, Carl Jones. I don't know why I couldn't think of it earlier.
Who's that?
The guy who you were talking about. The other guy who worked on Boondocks.
Carl Jones. There you go. Yep.
I think he was also Thugnificent.
He was also the guy who actually, whose wife was fawning over Usher in the middle of the restaurant. That was him too. We might as well just talk about this. We already here. We ain't behind the cake.
Oh, yeah. People keep joining this cast of The Odyssey that you mentioned weeks ago.
No, I was talking about the Boondocks thing, but sure. Yes.
Oh, my fault. You wanted to continue on that. My fault.
Odyssey cast.
I thought you meant the next thing.
No, yeah. So the other gem that came out of that Carl Jones interview, he was talking about why ultimately the show kind of dissolved. We all know that Aaron Magruder left the production, and then everything after season 3 just kind of shit. After that, it just kind of dissolved. So he says that was around the time that he was doing Black Dynamite, Big Carl Jones. Says that Aaron Magruder wasn't all that fond of that. The idea that he was branching out and doing other stuff, doing his own thing, is what he said specifically. And that led to how when you're in a contentious sort of working relationship, and then now I'm going to use any sort of small obstacles that usually we would have just overlooked and gotten past, but now it's an actual issue. Now I'm going to make it an actual problem going forward. So now I don't have to actually just come out and say, oh, I don't like the fact that you're not working with me no more. I can just make it about all this other shit, So on paper, it looks like we split because of other things, but in reality, it's they obviously worked well together. Now they created 2.5 seasons of some pretty good Boondocks content. And then, I think the wears of the length they had been together started to wear down on each other.
Sure. But yeah, I do think they can make some things happen to where they can at least piece together some of what make the Boondocks great while they still have it. And yes, the Usher situation being real was wild. I feel like we talked about it. I couldn't find the clip, but I'm pretty sure we had a discussion about it at some point.
That's crazy. And then his version was basically like, she's a big Usher fan. Usher was in there. She over there looking at him from across the room. He waving back and shit. So then they get up to leave, and she's nowhere to be found. He like, where did my wife go? Where did she go? And then she's like waving them over to Usher's table because she's snuck her ass over there. Come back. Usher's here. Come on, y'all. Come back. So if all of that wasn't embarrassing or bad enough, now they all around the table. They all sitting there talking to Usher. They're getting introduced. She gets to her husband, Carl Jones, and said, this is my Carl. My man said it was a rough ride home. DJ Head said, y'all rode home?
Right.
Where is that? I'm like, y'all rode home together?
That's crazy.
Hey, Mr. Raymond, she's with you now. She belongs to you.
Yeah.
She
forgot who you was.
Got all
Couldn't even take 2
body.
seconds to look down at her ring like, oh.
Got completely out of her skin for a second. Why are you choking yourself up? Not to say husband. Whew. Whew, whew.
Crazy.
Okay, you better hope he take you to that hotel.
Max. Hope this works out for you.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, they're no longer together. That was his now ex-wife. So,
well, there you go.
Safe to assume.
I don't think it worked out with her and Usher.
Yeah, I don't think it really worked
out. Aaron got that. You work for me and him. That's crazy.
A little bit.
Imagine Corey Holcomb in Boondocks. That'd be hilarious. Your wife having a celebrity crush is a big red flag. I feel like a lot of wives have celebrity crushes.
I don't think it's a red flag. It's only a red flag when you're a groupie. See, like a fan, we're all fans of stuff. We're fans of celebrities. We're fans of athletes. That's not anything concerning. The concerning part is groupieism. Like, I'm going to stand out in front of a building for hours on end to see this person. I'm going to send them things. I'm going to regularly check their fan page and shit. I obsess about parts of their lives that aren't normal.
Or I created that fan page.
Just obsessive is where it's like a ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, for sure.
I know what classes Usher Raymond took in the 6th grade.
Oh.
That's the type of shit.
But that is the type of shit. Okay. So we were talking about the Odyssey. And like I said, how you've been talking about all the cast members who have been joining. I think the last one that we officially said was The Rock. And now we've got Corey Hawkins, who I know from the Straight Outta Compton movie where he played Dr. Dre. He was in something else recently. I can't remember.
He was in that Dracula movie that came out last year.
Nosferatu?
No. The one about where the Dracula was on a boat. It was like a boat voyage, and they were transporting Dracula somewhere.
You got me on that one.
And I do believe he was in 24 too. Yeah.
He was in 24 Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Color Purple. I think is what I was thinking of. Color Purple.
You ain't see the vampire movie?
No, I didn't see the vampire movie.
It should be right there. If you're looking at his most recent films, it should be right there.
The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
There you go. Yep. Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Black Klansman.
Was he?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he played. Who did he play? Played one of them hustling civil rights leaders. Yeah, he was the dude in where he met his girl. Where John David Washington met the chick that he infiltrated the Panthers with.
Mm-hmm. Kong Skull Island.
Yep. I remember that one. Yeah.
I actually don't remember him in Kong Skull Island.
He got a pretty big filmography. Obviously, the Straight Outta Compton. He was Dre.
The only thing I remember from Kong Skull Island was when Homeboy had and he got tail whipped.
Oh yeah.
He thought he was gonna be a hero, got tail whipped. That was crazy.
A little bit.
Anyway, HBO confirmed